So greetings from Napa Valley, another gorgeous day at Hall Napa Valley. And there is a lot of hard work at a winery, but we also get to have a lot of fun. So today we're going to have some fun. We get to open a 3-liter bottle of our 2005 Excellence. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this. Quick little discussion on bottle sizes. A traditional bottle size for a Bordeaux is 750 milliliters. So that is your traditional bottle size that everyone knows. There are half bottles, 375 milliliters. In this case, it's our late harvest Sauvignon Blanc. If you're lucky, we do have some of the half bottle sizes of Catherine Hall if you can find those. It's though traditional for our portrait and our late harvest Sauvignon Blanc. And then on the larger size, there is a magnum, and that is 1.5 liters. So that is twice the size of a traditional bottle. So obviously that's 2 bottles. And then twice the size of that is a 3-liter. So a 3-liter, also known as a double magnum, will hold 4 bottles. And the fun thing about a magnum, or a double magnum in this case, is when you show up at a friend's house with a larger format bottle, they have a lot of fun and say, now I know we're going to have a party. And it just brings a smile to everyone's face. Look at our audience here. I mean, you can't help but smile when you look at a 3-liter and get excited about opening it up. And it's also great for the wine. So the fact that you have more wine together, usually the wine that comes out of the larger format is actually even better. So some people think if it's a larger format, it's more gimmicky. Not at all. It's actually better wine. So today we're going to open this bottle. A couple of different schools of thought. We have this dipped in wax, and so with a large format, in today's world, we're not dealing with a lot of sediment. This is a 2005, so we know there's not sediment in this bottle. If you had an older bottle, though, that's been stored on its side and you do see some sediment, it's probably a good idea to set it up right, usually a day in advance so the sediment can settle to the bottom. But a great bottle like this, with Steve Levesque's approach to winemaking, we know there's not sediment in it, so that's really not a concern. When we remove the wax from this, I'm going to use a serrated knife because it'll cut into the wax a little bit nicer. Jeff has raised the point, sometimes people like to soak these in hot water in advance, so that's a personal preference. I'm just going to cut the top off. If it's an older bottle of wine and there is sediment, you would want to cut everything off so that as you're decanting it, you can look for the sediment in the neck. And so that's just something to think about. I would encourage you, if you are doing this for a party like today, do it in advance so there's no rush and that you're not nervous and running around with other plans. So take your time with it and have fun. Most importantly, have fun. So we'll start with getting the wax off the top there. So I'm just going to make a deep cut to make sure I get through to the glass, and then I'll start working around the rest of the edge up. And again, this is a 3-liter, also known as a double magnum. We also make 6 liters, which are with Bordeaux varietals known as Imperials. So now we've got the wax away from the top of the bottle. Again, if it was an older bottle, you'd want to take all the wax off so that as you're decanting it, you can watch for the sediment in the neck. We're not going to do that today, though. Now, traditionally, you'd use a corkscrew like this, which is also known as the waiter's friend. Sometimes with a larger format, the larger cork, though, depending, it's a little bit more difficult to get the cork out with this type of opener. So we're going to use an Osso or a butler's friend. Does anyone know why this is called the butler's friend? Because you are able to remove the cork without any sign of removal. And rumor has it some butlers would actually open wine, drink the wine, carefully replace the cork, and couldn't be accused of taking somebody's wine. So Put the longer end of the prong in first, get that going along the side of the cork, and then just gently rock it back and forth all the way down till it's there around the cork. And as you carefully twist it, it should come up very nicely without damaging the cork. Now this is on video, so you're going to know I opened it, so I can't get away with drinking it and putting the cork back on. At least not with this crowd. Again, as you get it out a little bit more, rock it down a little bit deeper because it's a larger cork than normal. Voila. Now we have a couple of decanters. So it's a perfect example of anything we'll do. We've all been given decanters as gifts that are way too elaborate. When you actually try to use them, you can't help but end up spilling more than you poured into the wine itself. But just carefully, let's see, I'm gonna actually, So decanting this wine now is more about the aeration, just letting it open up and breathe, as opposed to being concerned about removing any sediment. And most importantly, we get to enjoy some of that today. So we still have some remaining, so we're gonna start pouring. And hopefully you're having some fun at home, and if you have an opportunity to do this, please let us know how it went, how you enjoyed the wine.